good angle for y'all. Because this angle right here kind of weird. It's kind of strange. So bear with me. I am under the influence of a margarita. And I was just talking to the second chamber about sometimes you can use spirits to tap into spirit. And that's keeping it real. I'm trying to find something to prop this phone up so it could be cool. So it's not looking all dark or weird. Oh, that's weird. Alright, fuck it. Alright. Welcome to another episode of that deep where YouTube likes to censor people, and the ramifications of censorship is getting your channel shadow banned. Whatever. Okay, so on today's live stream, we will be talking about various subjects. I had to name it something, so I called it How to Move Chi, but we'll talk about a lot more things that are involved with moving Chi. Just to jump right into the whole matter of topic, I was thinking about this the other day, and I was trying to explain what Chi is, and pretty much what Chi is just like a third or one out of three parts of the human energy system. So when we're talking about the human energy system or soul force, we have to also mention Shin, spelled Shen in some dialects. We also have to mention Jing. Now, along with Chi, Shin, and Jing are the trifecta of how spirit or energy or soul, ether moves through the body. Shin is, and I'm kind of recapping from a video that I did on this, but I'm going to give you an example. Shin is the mental aspect of the energy. It's the thought. It's the beginning of how the energy enters the vessel, the body. Chi is how the energy moves through the body, and Jing is the foundation of moving the energy into the physical form. That's Jing. Okay. So, one way to exercise how to roll these windows up. One way to exercise how to manipulate your chi is understanding how it works. So, something that we all have done in our lives is go to the bathroom. Sometimes we've had to force ourselves to go to the bathroom, right? And if you think about what it takes for you to make yourself pee, right? It takes thought. And I did this, and I was actually did this a few times before I made this video. Not today, but I made myself go to the bathroom, and it takes thought first, but as you're thinking, you're kind of moving your organs internally. You can kind of feel how to, well, I'm not going to get too detailed, but you can kind of feel how to move your organs internally to contract certain pressures to release, your urine for the most part. So what this actually is, as I thought about it, is you're actually going through all three facets of the physical spiritual system. It starts with the thought. You're actually moving the energy of the thought to the area that you're trying to physically change to produce an action. So the whole process of making yourself go to the bathroom is a very good exercise on how to move your chi. So instead of making yourself go to the bathroom, heal your wounds. Same principles. Heal your disease. Same principles. Same exercise. So instead of making yourself go, heal yourself. Okay. So the reason why I knew that this video was going to be a little bit more multifaceted than just talking about how to move chi, because I knew it was going to lead to some other things that I've been kind of brewing on the stove. So if you're going to talk about Shin and you're going to talk about Chi, you're going to have to talk about Jing. Jing being the physical, for the most part, the physical part of the whole trifecta of the human energy system. And with a conversation that I had with my brother, the servant, earlier today, spread more light on this thing about Jing as well. But I'll touch on that in a moment. But after taking a closer look at what Jing is, it made me realize something about myself. Like, I age very differently than a lot of people, and a lot of that has to do with my DNA. But for the most part, I would have to say, because I don't have any children, that I would have to attribute some of that to that. But it made me look at that in a metaphysical type of way. So if Jing is the foundation of the connection of spiritual life force or body energy or physical or soul energy that connects through the mind, the chi, and then to the Jing. And I spoke about this in the previous video, that the Jing is very hard to replenish. Once your Jing starts to diminish or go down, this is when you start to age. Your Jing going down starts to make you have the physical effects of aging, because it's almost impossible to bring your Jing back up. You can replace your Shin, you can replace or move around Chi, but Jing, not so much. So it made me realize, why do some genuses, or for lack of a better word, races, have they don't age bad. They age gracefully. Is because they have very strong DNA and very strong connection ancestral wise, and that's why their Jing is so strong. And if you look on the planet, you see that melanated people have very strong Jing. Asiatic people have very strong Jing. This lets you know that we are very close as relatives, to be honest. This fly has been in my car for hours, and he won't fly out the window. There he goes. Got him out. Crazy. Niggas and flies, man. Niggas and flies. Hard to get them out your house. So, right? So, yeah. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a very good point. Spilling your seed, your semen, and your baby batter does take away from your Jing. Excellent point. Excellent point. And I'm gonna tie that in too. Excellent point. Now, watch this. So, so, um, where was I? Oh, uh, lineage and DNA. So, um, when you, and this is no knock to any of the viewers that have children, they are blessings. You know what I'm saying? They're actually how the ancestors come back to reincarnate. So, it's all good. But when you do have seeds, what you're doing to as part of procreating, you're taking pieces of your Jing block to create smaller clones off of this Jing. Because the Jing is solid foundation. So this is why when people have, depending though, when people have children, you will see the age process start happening very rapidly, or more rapidly than it would if they didn't. Sometimes, not all the time, right? And when it doesn't happen, and you get people who have 10, 12 kids and they still, you know what I'm saying? That's how you know you're dealing with an old God, a God reincarnated in the physical form, because they can keep chipping off their Jing and it's still all good. The Jing also ties into the libido as well. And just like how the previous dot chimed in and said when they connected the dots, you know what I'm saying, about spilling the seed. Also, this is why, excuse me, this is why, the negative aspect of spilling seed, or maybe masturbation, or maybe whatever. This is why you shouldn't. This is why it's taboo to masturbate. I'm finna explain. It's taboo to masturbate because you are chipping small tidbits off of your Jing and not making. This is gonna go a few different ways, and not making a life. But it all depends on what you're doing with your spilling your seed. You can spill your seed and manifest with it. That's good too, because you don't have to just manifest in the physical form. You know what I'm saying? That's real hollow. So, um, that's one aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, don't take it wrong or take it negatively if you do have seeds, but just know exactly what you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? It's getting kind of stuffy in here. Know exactly what you're dealing with. Now, with that being said, I'm kind of going all over the place, but I have to chime in on this because this is imperative. With that being said, when you do chip off your Jing and create life, um, that's still your Jing. Just like how you were someone else's Jing. That lets you know how the what's up, cuzzo? My cuzzo. That's how you know that that you come from a very sturdy block of Jing. This is how you know the melanated person who's been here since the beginning of this planet in the physical form come off one chunky block of Jing, because we're still replicating off of that one block of Jing. You see what I'm saying? So just know when you do so anyways, feel like ODB, man, that was some nice ass. That was some nice ass. I'm about to speak righteous right now, but that was some nice ass. Anyway, so when if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my ODB video, man. ODB drops knowledge, man. That's just hella funny. So when you chip off parts of your Jing in the form of creating a life or creating a seed, just know that's what keeps your soul essence here. You see what I'm saying? That's what keeps your soul essence attached to the planet. So when you do ultimately make that crossover, or when you do ultimately make that transition, you still are connected to the physical plane based off your Jing from your seeds. So as a soul, it's difficult to move to advance to the next level because you're still tethered. This is super advanced knowledge. You're still tethered to the physical realm based off Jing, which also becomes chi, which also becomes thought as a memory of your seed. Your seed remembers you, like, oh, my loved one passed on. So this is how the Jing works in reverse, or how the chi works in reverse. Instead of coming down and becoming Shin, Chi, and Jing physical form, it also works in the reverse as being Ching, Shin, Chi, Jing, Ching, Chi, and then Shin in the form of a memory or a thought. That tethers you to the physical plane. You see what I'm saying? So unless you acquire the understanding the understanding of how this works, it's difficult for you to transition on to the next life after this one. I know you're thinking like, I will call you, cuzzo. I will. It's the children that diminish, and that potency. Does that count for your kids or just family in general? It's a family thing. Yeah, it's a family thing. But that's what family is. We're kids of 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 kids from the initial fucking Jing. With whoever that melanated female Jing was, nigga. Now you see why they be trying to find all this shit in Egypt and in Sumeria and Iraq. They trying to find that original Jing, because what they do is the powers that be, they go in and tap into that DNA code and extract them DNA codes and start doing some other shit with it. You got to understand how powerful we are. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand that. You got to understand how powerful you are. You know what I'm saying? We out here playing fucking games. You know what I'm saying? Henrietta Lacks is just an example of what we all have the capability of doing. You see what I'm saying? Just an example. They say that Henrietta Lacks was, one in a trillion. No! The secret is we all have that shit. Now, that's why you got to be very cognizant of when you go to the hospital and what they do to you. They take pieces off of you and don't give them back, and you sign it over to them. Look, I'll give you an example. Just so happened, I have a piece of me that they cut off my face, right? They you go anywhere. This was what they would call a skin tag or a wart. It was growing off of my ear. Now I did some research. Like, what the fuck is this? It's a mutation, a DNA genetic mutation that happens on the molecular level. See what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, what's going on with my DNA? I'm growing shit for no goddamn reason, or it could have been some other shit. Somebody cut my hair. I don't know. Anyways, I said, yo, no. The doctor was like making a joke. Oh, some people be wanting to keep these. They're kind of weird. You don't want to keep this, do you? Yes, I do. Well, I don't know. No, give my shit. Give my shit. Give my fucking shit. My fucking shit. Give my fucking shit. Give my fucking shit. Playing with me. Playing games. Same thing with dental extractions. I had a growth. I don't know if y'all remember. I did a video. Was it on this side? I had at something that was growing under my skin here. But they didn't know really what it was. It was a blood vessel. So I was getting extra oxygen. I was getting oxygen boost to my shit. They didn't know why. They didn't know what caused it. They didn't know. Right? I shouldn't even be saying this shit on YouTube, but it's already done, already documented. They got the shit. But I asked him. I said, "Yo, let me keep my shit." No, why not? Well, we can't do that. Why not? This is mine. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But this is before I was really, really, really many smashing on some militant shit. So they kept my shit. At some point, watch this. Just how I know that they know, especially when they know when they got one of them ones on their patient table, they know. They know. That's why you can't just get a blood test to see what your blood type is. You got to order a blood test because they won't tell you. You know what I'm saying? It's a different kind of test. They won't tell you. Feel me? But they know, but they won't tell you. You see what I'm saying? Going back to blood types. I'm gonna get back to the Jing and the Shin and the Chi in a minute. Now, I had a knee I had a knee procedure done, right? My initial doctor, this motherfucker did the procedure and left the state. Who knows what he found in my shit? This nigga left the state and went clear across country to fucking North Carolina some fucking where. Out of the blue, right after. See? You see? You see what I'm saying? I don't think that was fucking coincidence, because he would have like, this will probably be the last time you see me, blah, I'm moving my nigga cut. Got the fuck up out of here. See? So they know who we is. My point. I'm good. It didn't just happen like that. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. So, yeah. Anyways, we them ones. Okay? That's true. So look, all right. So back to the Jing. Now, it's funny, that was a great segue into what I'm about to say, and I'm gonna close with this. So talking to my brother today made me realize something else. Melanin is the greatest expression of the strongest Jing. I'm going to say it again, just in case you didn't hear it the first time. Melanin is the strongest expression of the strongest Jing. Let that soak in the physical form. One way, but there's different kinds of melanins though. There's different types, but melanin nonetheless. When we're talking about the melanin that turns your skin this way, that's what we rocking with. But there's different kinds of melanin. There's different classes. Look them up if you ain't got nothing to do. All right? Okay. So, exactly. So, it was disclosed to me that a very melanated individual is suffering from vitiligo, or the beginning traces of vitiligo. And if you don't know what vitiligo is, it's when the dark pigment or the melanin that's in your skin that or the pigment of what we call melanin in the skin starts to have mutations, causing it to lose its color. This is a direct attack and effect of melanin, or Jing, the strongest Jing. And what I've discovered today is that stress is one of the main causes of vitiligo. Even me, I'm not the most melanated person, but even I have seen light colorations on my skin due to, more than likely, stress or the body being at a state of non-ease or dis-ease. Anything that happens to your body is because you're stressed, to be honest with you. That's the true definition of disease. Dis means not, ease, dis-ease, not eased. Everything is from stress, some form or another. Even if you don't think you're stressing, you stress. Like right now, I don't think I'm stressing, but in reality, yeah, you know. So what I found about vitiligo is there's something that's called oxidative stress that triggers vitiligo. Oxidative stress, oxidative, oxy, oxygen, air, breathing. And I'm going to wrap the video up with this. I'm driving the point all the way home. Connecting the dots. Stop playing. These motherfuckers be on YouTube playing games, talking, rambling about nothing. If oxidative stress is what triggers vitiligo that starts to attack the strongest form of Jing, melanin, that just tells me how important the breath is, how important it is to get oxygen to all orifices of your body, all of them. All orifices of your body, not just breathing like for your lungs. You have to get oxygen to all parts of your body. That means you have to get oxygen into the bloodstream so it can oxidize the organs in the body. Now, other than breathing properly, deep breaths, how do we get oxygen to the body? I'm going to share with you. There's 10 rules to the game. I share with you 2. No, niggas gonna hate you for whatever you do. And rule 1, get your cash on MOB. That money for bitches because they breathe and beat. I'm sorry. I had a Tupac moment. You can get one tip that you can get oxygen to your body. You can get cooking grade peroxide. Okay? Cooking grade peroxide is exactly what it is. Perox. Per means one. Ox means oxygen molecule. Okay? So what you're doing with the peroxide, you're going to add that to your drinking water. Water is already hydrogen and oxygen. Okay? So when you're adding peroxide, cooking grade, don't get it fucked up. There's different kinds of peroxide. Don't get it fucked up. When you're adding peroxide, like say you add, I would say start off slow, real slow. Add a cap full to a gallon and work your way up. And don't do it every day. Right? So what you're doing when you're adding the peroxide to your water, you're adding one more molecule of oxygen, because that's what it is. Peroxide. It's one more molecule than it is in average water. So you're putting that in your water. You're becoming a chemist. So now you're oxidating the whole body. When you oxidate the body, disease, virus, don't quote me on that. I will say, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. Okay? Disease That's right. It becomes H2O2. Exactly. Disease, most diseases, most viruses, most cannot live in an environment that is oxygen heavy. You hear me? Now, this don't mean go out and start having hella unprotected sex and start drinking some hydrogen water. Don't do that. Okay? Like I said, this is not medical advice. I'm just giving you a tip. Okay. Keeping the body oxidized, breathing correctly, relieving stress, lifestyle changes is what I definitely need, and I'm pretty sure most of us need. You feel me? This video started off about how to move chi, but ended up telling you how to live. And then if a motherfucker ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, upgrade your life, man, what you fucking with them for? You dig? Now, I know I don't drop videos often, but when I do, I drop that shit. Stop playing with me, man. Oh, yeah. Before I go, Graffiti Bay is my other channel. Graffiti Bay. I got New Mystery School YouTube channel. I got New Rebel Filmworks YouTube channel. Check me out. I'm finna get all these things moving on all pistons. Everything finna be full-fledged. All right? I'm gonna get out the car. I know y'all like, does this nigga live in the car? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. You already know what it is. NewMysterySchool.com. Fuck with your boy. Unlock the doors. Unlock the keys. Let's get it. Huh? Stop playing.